SigTalks, the Chiropractic Philosophy, Episode 001.
As we maintain our discipline of thought, we will continue to prosper, and all will take care of itself. This is SigTalks with your host, Dr. Carrie Sigafoose, your home for the chiropractic philosophy, where we discuss the teachings of Dr. Jim Sigafoose, from his writings to his talks and his many audio presentations.
Welcome to our first full discussion on SigTalks. First, I would like to talk about what the show is about and how the format of the show will work. SigTalks is about a lifetime of work by my father, Dr. James Sigafoose. All of his audios, videos, speaking engagements, telephone conferences, writings, and how all of this goes back to the one thing, that being the chiropractic philosophy, hence our tagline. On each episode, we will either have a reading from one of Doc Sig's many writings, or we'll play a clip from one of his weekly phone conferences, or one of his audios, or something from one of his videos. After the talk, I will try and break down what we've just heard. Sometimes I will have a guest, but most of the time it'll just be me exploring the teachings of my father. So with that, we're going to get started with our very first audio clip. This clip comes from Dr. Sig's telephone conference with his systems people he consulted in Europe. The clip is only about a minute or two long, but all of these weekly phone consultations are available on Sigafoose.com for download in their entirety. I call this phone conference Money, a Spiritual Idea.
Let's get started. What do you say? And first thing I want to just talk about is money. Not much, just a little bit. About it being a spiritual idea. And you know, there's a religion, I can tell you, I can't remember the name of the religion, but they have taken out of the Bible, out of the scriptures, where it says money is the root of all evil. And that's not what it says at all. It says the love of money is the root of all evil. When we're just doing everything just for money. And a lot of people seem to think that money must be evil, because it actually is an inordinate love of money, as I say, that is characterized as the root of all evil. And hang on a minute, gang, I keep getting interrupted here. Hello? Okay, gang, here we go again. But anyway, let's talking about money. If all is an expression of life, then money is an expression of life, and as such, it has to be good. And we know, the right use of money, the right attraction of money, and doing something for money as an exchange under the law of exchange is a very good thing. But without a certain amount of it in this life, we'd have a very hard time, as we all know. But how to get it? That's the problem. How are we going to acquire wealth? Because money didn't make itself, and not being self-creative, it has to be an effect. So it's an effect of something. It's an effect of service or product or an idea. So behind it, it has to be the cause that projects it. And the cause is never seen, because no cause is ever seen. Consciousness is cause, and people who have a money consciousness have the outward expression of it. People who have it in a sure reality in their mind have it as an expression in their pocket. And now, let me explain what I mean by that. If I can have a money consciousness, and I can have a consciousness that gives me an expression, an outward expression of money, period. On the other hand, if I have it as a sure reality, that I realize that in my mind that money is a reality and that I am abundant and I deserve it, then I have it as an expression in my pocket, which means I got the money. And then people who don't have this mental likeness don't have money in their pockets. So what we need to do is acquire a money consciousness, and this may seem very material, but the true idea of money is not material, it's spiritual. So we need to make our unity with it, and we can never do this while we hold it away from us by thinking that we don't have it. So let's change the method and begin to make our unity with supply by daily declaring that all the power in the universe is daily bringing to us all that we can use. And feel the presence of supply and know that it's yours right now. And I'm going to add something to that in a moment. But make yourself feel that you now have, and to you shall be given. Now, get that. And it says in the scriptures, those that have much will get much, those who have little will lose it. And it all has to do with how you're thinking. So we have to work with ourselves until there's nothing in us at all that doubts. And money cannot be kept away from the person who understands that all is mine and that divine law governs his life. So daily give thanks for perfect supply. Feel it in yours and realize that you've entered into the full expression of it right now. And refuse to talk poverty or limitation. And stick to it that you're rich. Get the $1 million consciousness. And there's no other way. And this will react in everything that you do. And that includes your volume and new patients and et cetera and et cetera. See money coming to you from every source and from every direction. Know that everything is working for your good. And realize in your life the presence of an omnipotent power and speak forth into it and feel that it responds to your approach. Now let me say this to you again. In Scripture it says this, that we can speak life or we can speak death, and those that enjoy the fruit of it shall inherit that, shall get that. So what I'm saying is, if we have lack of thinking, or if we have negative thinking, or if we have doing without thinking, and we speak it, then that's what we're ending up with.
Okay, so that was the excerpt from Dr. Jim's weekly teleconference dated July 2010. Big emphasis on money, and money, is it a spiritual idea? He touched on a few really incredible notes in there, one being some religions and people say that the love of money is the root of all evil, but it's not. He stated that for if it is an expression of life, then money is also expression of life. The law of exchange is a very good thing. If you're going to acquire wealth or money, the cause projects it, but the cause is never seen. So to activate the cause, we must acquire a money consciousness. The true idea of money is actually spiritual. Later on, he goes on to say that we need to declare daily that the power in the universe is bringing us all that we need and desire, and to remember that those that have much will get much, just as those who have little will lose it. So, keeping the positive attitude of money's coming to you and not dwelling on the negative is, I think, what he's trying to get here is we get what we bring to us. We get what we surround ourselves with. Remember that, the whole thing again is those that have much will get much. And we must get rid of all doubt. That's a major primary thing there, because doubt is a way of living in poverty or limitation. We can speak of life or we can speak of death. So if we have negative thinking, then that is what we bring to our lives. We are speaking death to ourselves. Conversely, we can speak life to ourselves. We can speak ourselves to a new us, as per se. And he also talks about tithings, and the example of this is if we do this, we get more in return. We cannot think one thing and say another. If you tithe, you will reap so much that you will be amazed. He goes on and talks about how the American Indians gave more than what they had, and they believe that whatever they gave, they got back tenfold themselves, because this is universal law, and universal law states that we think when we put it out there, it is law. Think about what you want and attract it from the universe. It's not. It doesn't only apply to money, but it also can apply to you and to your practice as well. He, said a while back that when he started growing his practice from 18 a day to 2,000 a week, he told people what he was seeing in his head, not what he was adjusting. I mean, if they asked what he was adjusting, he would tell them the truth. But he was seeing a larger number in his head. So that's what he put out there. That was what he was bringing to himself. And he always would say that I walk by faith, not by sight. And what I think he meant by that is that it's moving from the unseen world to the seen world. He mentioned this in this clip, that this is just as real as the sun rising and the sun setting. The ability to build your money, build your practice is in your mind. And your practice can be whatever it is you think you see. Success is for whatever is best for you. Your success lies in reaching your potential, not someone else's. When a person fails to reach their goal, they lose faith in what they are doing and what they are trying to change instead of staying on course. And again, I think what he's trying to say here is what are we in chiropractic business for? Are we in it to serve, to teach people what chiropractic is? Or are we in it for the money? We are here to teach people the big idea. We want the people to understand what we do. And when we do that, they will come and they will pay and the money will flow. This is the universal law of giving and receiving. Whatever you plant is what you are going to get, just like a farmer. What are you mentally planting for yourself? What do you expect to receive in return? So commit to the principle. When you become committed, then the people will be committed to you. Chiropractic is a way of life because the principle is a part of you. Wow, that was a lot. So, as you can see, my father loved to talk in short but powerful statements. I must have listened to this call 100 times, and every single time I get something different out of it. But I think the most powerful thing that he said was that the principle is a part of you. If you would like to hear more of the call in its entirety, stay tuned to www.sigafoose.com. And if you go there, you just take a few seconds and give us your name and your email address. And it's over on the right side of the screen. And these and many more will be available to you soon. And we'll let you know when they arrive. So thanks for listening. And come back again. We'll be here every week, a new show. Every week, a new topic. Every week, something new with me and my father, Dr. Jim Sigafoose. Take care and have a great day.
Thank you for joining us today. If you're interested in more of Dr. Sig's material, head on over for your daily dose of chiropractic philosophy to www.sigafoose.com and register for our free newsletter and to find today's recording in its entirety. Remember to give, love, do, and serve. And we will see you again soon.